Hi, welcome to video 2 in a series of videos where we will look at what stress is and where you will end up with a series of tools and techniques to help cushion yourself against the effects of stress. So we'll start today just by centering ourselves before we look at the content of today's video. So what I would like you to do is to close your eyes or lower your gaze. And then start to become aware of your breath. On your next breath, breathe in. And as you breathe out, allow yourself to let go of anything in the past which is playing on your mind. Again, on your next breath, breathe in. And as you breathe out, allow yourself to let go of anything in the future which is troubling you. And now finally, breathe in and allow yourself to become immersed in the present. And when you are ready, gently blink your eyes open. So let's get going. So this video today, we're going to look at aims and objectives of the whole course. And then I'm going to lead you through an activity where you explore what stress is for you. So I spoke last time about needing a notebook. So I've got a notebook here that I'm going to be using, and I'll be doing the activities alongside you as we go through. So you'll need your notebook today. You'll need some art materials. The only art materials I'm using today are my water-soluble crayons and my fine liner pens. But it might be that when I give you the task today that you become really creative. You might want to stick things together. You might need scissors. You might need scrap paper. There will be opportunity to gather together what you want to create something that I'll tell you about in a while. So let's just look at the course as a whole. The aim of the course is to raise awareness of what stress is and how it manifests itself in your body. You will learn some useful strategies and techniques for dealing with stress. By the end of the course, you will know what stress is, its causes, and the way that it presents itself. You will know whether to address the cause, if you choose to, because sometimes we might decide not to at that moment in time, or whether you need to cushion yourself against the stress. You will learn how to relax, how to breathe correctly, and I will give you lots of meditation techniques, relaxation techniques, breathing techniques throughout the whole of these videos. And finally, you will understand the importance of making changes to cope with stress. So we're going to start off with an activity in your notebook or on your loose pieces of paper if that's what you've chosen. So what I'd like you to do is just for a moment, close your eyes and think about what stress means to you. If you are stressed, how do you feel? Where in your body do you feel that emotion? What circumstances make you feel stressed? Is there anything at the moment in particular that is causing you stress? Are you the sort of person who thinks about something that is going to happen tomorrow and that causes you stress? And what happens when you feel stressed? Do you lose sleep? Do you think about things over and over again? So just for a minute, just think about those things and think about what stress means for you. Okay. So now you've got an idea of what stress means for you. What you are going to do is you are going to create something for me. You are going to create a picture, or perhaps if you're more drawn towards writing than art, then maybe you'll just do a piece of writing, or you might want to do a poem, or you might want to create a model. I just want you to untap that inner child and think about the fun you had at school creating things, and just write down, create, draw something that represents what stress means to you. What I'd like you to do is to pause this video and take as much time as you need to think about what stress means for you and how you can capture that on paper, in a video, in a piece of writing. The sky's your limit in terms of how you want to represent that for yourself. So take a moment, take as long as you like, and just pause this video and start creating. Right, so how did you get on? Before I share mine, I just wanted to show you something that may cause you stress. So I don't know if you can see that. The traffic warden putting a parking ticket on your car might be something that causes you stress. And I love this image. So this image of a very stressed cat. And this statement, stress is the confusion created when one's mind overrides the body's basic desire to choke the living daylights out of someone who desperately needs it. And finally, I like this one. I'm a little stressed right now. So what did you create? I'll show you mine. So for any of you who follow my Instagram page and have seen my artwork, then you will know that I very, very rarely use black. I'm very much drawn to lighter colours. So I started off drawing like a thunderbolt. Stress can be like a thunderbolt, that it can come down and be like something that wouldn't normally cause you stress can suddenly cause you stress when you're least expecting it, or you can have that sudden thunderbolt of an activity that comes down. Suddenly something happens that causes you stress. Or like some storms can build up over time, and then the thunderbolt comes down and you start to feel stressed. So I've got my thunderbolt and the word stressed, and then this swirl all over the picture is the feeling that sometimes I get when I'm stressed and I can't see a way out, that everything is tangled and my thoughts are tangled and nothing is clear and everything's bogging me down. So that was my interpretation of stress. So I would really love for you to share what you did. So I will give you an email address at the end for you to share. And then if you send me any photos, if you're happy and you let me know that you're happy, I will share those on my Facebook page and my Instagram page. What we need to know is that the stress response is actually a natural response. It's our body fight, flight or freeze response. It's our primitive, automatic, inborn response that prepares us to fight, flee or freeze from either perceived attack, harm or threat to our survival. So the stress response is actually a really good thing, And we mustn't lose sight of that. We know that stress might feel like we're being bogged down, that we can't find a way out. But the problem we have is that primitive man had this stress response to deal with attacks, to deal with hunting, to try and find their food. And so they had that burst of energy, and then all the chemicals that course through your body when you're stressed had chance to dissipate and to disperse. Today's society is fast-paced. We're being given constant changes, or the phone will ring, or you're having demands on your time from your children or your parents or your family or your friends or work. And we don't get that chance to sit, to relax, to let the stress chemicals move out of our body. And therefore we start to feel the effects of stress, both short-term but also long-term health effects that we will explore in more detail in the next video. So it's really, really important to hold on to the fact that the stress response is good, and that actually it is a very important part of being. But we need to take time for ourselves. We need to build into our daily routine time for ourselves, and that even if that is 5 minutes sat in the bathroom with the door shut so the children can't disturb you, or sitting in the bath for 10-15 minutes, something just to give us that chance to be ourselves and to allow anything that's troubling us to disperse, to allow those chemicals to move out of our bodies. And I think sometimes knowing that the stress response is inbuilt, it's actually good, can help empower us and help us take a step towards dealing with situations in a more resilient way when we are stressed. And that's what this course is about. It's about giving you the tools to be able to do that, to be able to tackle stress, to be able to make that commitment to yourself that you do need to deal with whatever you've been putting off, or you do need to take that time to relax, to go for a walk by yourself, to get a bit of exercise, to start thinking about your diet, all the things that perhaps we don't do because perhaps we might feel guilty for not doing that. So hold on to that thought, and in the next videos we will look at how stress affects us physically, emotionally and behaviourally, and how that is linked, how the stress response is linked to our long-term physical illnesses that we can get as a result of being stressed. For the final bit of video, I'm going to talk you through a breathing meditation. But before we do that, I have an email address for you. The email address is serenitybalanceye@gmail.com. serenitybalanceye@gmail.com. So if there's anything that you want to share, that you want to write to me about, if there are any photos of the work that you've done today that you'd like me to see, that you'd like to share with me, and please do. If you would like me to, or if you're happy for me to share any of the photos, any of your comments on the Facebook page or the Instagram page, then again, you need to let me know that. If you don't let me know that, then I won't share. I'll just presume that you'd rather just send those to myself to see rather than have them publicly shown. So let's move into our breathing meditation, our relaxation at the end of this session. So I'm going to take about 8 minutes on this today. And then next session, which will be posted next Saturday, we'll start again with this, but take a little bit longer. So I'd like you just to take time to get comfortable. If you're sitting in a chair, ensure that you're sitting in an upright and dignified fashion. You need to feel supported with your feet on the ground. If you're lying on the floor, then make sure that you have something comfortable underneath you. You may wish to have a cushion underneath your knees to raise them up to support your back, and ensure that you are warm. So wrap yourself up in another blanket, put a duvet over yourself, because as you relax, your body temperature will drop and you might feel cold. So if you need to pause this just for a second to get yourself comfortable, please do. Don't rush this stage. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is gently close your eyes or lower your gaze. Put a hand on your chest and one on your lower belly. And just start to focus on your breath. Don't try to change it in any way. Just know that this is natural. And now start to notice where you feel the breath in your body. Can you feel your lower hand moving or your upper hand? If it's your upper hand, see if you can just deepen your breath slightly so that you're breathing from your diaphragm rather than shallow breaths into your chest. Where in your body do you feel the breath? Where's easiest for you to focus? Is it the movement of your lower hand or your upper hand? Do you feel the movement in your breath as you breathe? Do you feel the breath as you breathe in and out through your nose? If you focus there, then can you feel the difference in temperature as you breathe in and as you breathe out slightly warmer air? Choose one place to focus on your breath. And if your mind wanders, as it will do, because that's what our minds do, then when you notice, bring your awareness back to the exercise. Bring your awareness back to your breath, to the place in your body where you're noticing your breath. Breathing in and out. Only trying to deepen your breath if you find your upper hand is moving more than your lower hand. Otherwise, don't try and change anything, but just be aware of your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Slow and steady. Know that at any time your mind wanders, you can bring your awareness back to your breath. If you fall asleep during this exercise, that's okay too, because that means your body needs it. Just breathing in and breathing out. Know that as you lie there focusing on the movement of your breath, that I will tell you at the end of the exercise when we are nearly over. So you do not need to worry. Just focus on your breath. In and out. In and out. If your mind wanders, bring it back to the part of your body where you're noticing the movement of your breath in your body, in and out, breathing in, breathing out, trying not to change anything. Just allow your breath to be. Allow yourself to be in the moment, to concentrate on your breath, breathing in, breathing out, knowing that as you do so, you're taking time for yourself, a time of relaxation, a time for you, in and out, breathing in, breathing out. And as you're breathing, you are distracted by any other noises, any noises in this video. As my animals join me today, just bring your focus back to your breath. Know you can return to this exercise at any time. And so, as we come to the end of this exercise, take your focus away from your breath. Keep your eyes closed, but start to become aware of your place in the room, of the sounds around you. Start to take a couple of deeper breaths. You may wish to shift yourself on the floor to stretch, to yawn. Rub your hands together to create heat. Gently cup your eyes. And when you are ready, blink your eyes open and bring your awareness back into the room. And so I hope that was fine for you. If you heard any strange noises in the background, Celeste, my cat, has joined us. And when she relaxes, she snores. So that's the end of today's session. I will post another video next week. We will start with a breathing exercise at the beginning to settle. And next week we'll look at the stress response in our bodies, the physical changes that can take place, the emotional, the behavioural changes that can take place when we're stressed. Bye for now.